by 8. It's time for the 32-year-old McIlroy.
If not now, when is the question, right? I mean, we sit here and talk about it. We joke off the air sometimes about Rory McIlroy and the major championships, and the question has been brought up at times between you and I: is Rory going to win another major championship? And you heard Rory talk at the end of the season about everything else he's won, and it's a very good point you brought up. He's won Players Championships. He's won big events. It just hasn't been the major championships. The thing for Rory, though, is that's how we kind of gauge these all-time greats.
Yeah.
I mean, Rory is in the major conversation every time because Rory is so good. That's what we're thinking about. Rory has to win a Players. He has to win a FedEx Cup. Those things he's checked off. But he's got to win more major championships to kind of be up there with the elite of the elite of the elite. To me, a successful 2022 for Rory McIlroy is great because we know what he is. Rory's still there. Maybe that's in the chat on Sunday. And put it on your shoulders, and hopefully that he's the guy putting it on. I mean, Rory has played so well with us. He never simply has to. We talked about this every day. We talk about Rory at the Masters as we fast approach to Augusta National. He knows this is the one he wants to win. But, I mean, the general public is judging Rory on Augusta each year, and that's kind of it. I agree with you on the majors, but for Rory, you can miss the cut in every major for the rest of your career if you win one. That's all they need.
And I don't disagree with you. I think that's a huge, huge moment for him. I just think any major will
At this point, any major.
Considering the 26 starts that he's had without one, he's had 13 top 10s. It's not like he's been asleep through all this period. He's had some incredible close calls, chances to win. Final group with Patrick Reed, for example, in contention, in the picture at Carnegie. He has been there in the mix. He's been there at Augusta, Horrible Saturday alongside Jordan Spieth a few years ago. I mean, he's had some opportunities. Obviously, for someone that's talented, someone in the way that Tiger looked at Jackson Mark, just the way that Rory looked at Tiger Mark, that's the greatest European tour golfer of all time. Some may say he's close, but you gotta get 5 or 6 or 7 majors. You gotta at least get to 75. You gotta possibly get to Big Fellow with 6. But that major championship clock has to start again at some point.
Anywhere. And you're right. You're right. I mean, if you win any major championship in 2022, it'll be a success because he has finally won another.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for a long time for Rory to win a major championship. I want Rory to get curlier in 2022. And by that, I mean, I want him to feel younger. I mean, the curly hair for Rory McIlroy when he was out there. And he played like a guy who believed he was the best player in the field. Now, I'm not saying Rory doesn't believe he's the most talented player in golf right now. But Rory has been open about everything. And that's one of the reasons we love Rory McIlroy, is he's honest and open to the media about how he's thinking and how he's feeling. There's a young Rory McIlroy in there somewhere that just goes out there and beats the field. There's a young Rory McIlroy internally in there somewhere that understands I'm the baddest dude on the planet.
Yes.
We watch Rory swing and we're always amazed. And we watch Rory hit 3 woods and 5 woods and close out golf tournaments, and we're mesmerized by the guy and a golf swing. But Rory reminds us a lot that there's a lot more that goes into winning golf tournaments than just having a beautiful swing. And somehow, if Rory can just get a little younger mentally and push out everything that comes with age, because we do it. We do it as people. We do it as parents. We do it as partners. Things get a little more complicated as you get older, and there's no doubt that's part of Rory in his profession right now. But my goodness, I'd love to see Rory play young golf.
I think you're right in the fact that he is so tantalizingly close to completing the career Grand Slam, but the one that he has to get is at Augusta National. And with all the incredible history that he has there, including the first time he had a chance to win a green jacket back in 2011, and all the ghosts that are around Augusta National, and the great moments, and the heartbreak, that for him to take that leap from being one of the top 15 players of all time, a green jacket, where would that put him? It takes him to a completely other level. You're one of the top 7, maybe top 5, perhaps, as a career Grand Slam winner, and you compete at Augusta National, which no one has ever done. I mean, yeah, it's one more tournament, but man, what a tournament it is that you have to win. Here's that pen. You remember those pens? You said, you know what I was kind of saying? The green pen. Rory, I know you're not happy, but this was it. This is what Shane Davis says for you to have a successful year. Not something major, something green.
It would be really, really special if Rory won a green jacket. Rory's going to have to channel his inner Phil Mickelson, his inner Sergio Garcia, and somehow find a way to kind of exercise those Augusta demons, because it's hard to do. It's hard to win this golf tournament, all golf tournaments. It's so hard to win at Augusta National when that golf course and the tournament is beating you down. I mean, when you think about Rory McIlroy and the Masters, it's typically not off the things we bring up. Considering how often he's been in the hunt, you mentioned Jordan Spieth. He shoots 77 in the 3rd round, doesn't make a birdie. You mentioned Patrick Reed. He's going back and forth with Patrick Reed. He flags it on the second, misses that eagle putt, and that was kind of it for Rory. Outside of those first 3 days in 2011, there's not a lot of real positive experiences for Rory at Augusta. He only needs 4 days. He needs 4 positive days, and I'll never have to talk about it
You
again.
mentioned Phil and Sergio. Sometimes players have to hit the nadir. For Phil,
Yes.
I'm never going to change my style. Early 2000s, he told the media, I'm never going to change. I'm going to be more Arnold Palmer, not Jack Nicklaus. I'm going to capture the pin. Before he ultimately did change and gone back to one of the Jack. And then look at Sergio. I'm going to get to finish second. I'm never going to win a major. And he gives up. It's rock bottom. Then wins a major championship. Has Rory hit rock bottom? Maybe he's already had his kind of fits of peace in moments of anger. Maybe the torn shirt will be the moment that was a turnaround. And he gets another major in 2022.
I think something that we in the media and fans in general about sport hope for is that we see it again. We want to see the prime again. And I don't know if Rory's prime is gone, but he's so young, D. I mean, this is such a young player that if he wins one major championship in 2022, who's to say he'll win 5 more, right? Or 6 more majors? I think he's just waiting for that moment as well. He's got to catch fire for 4 days, for 1 week out of the 4 weeks the majors are played. But if he does that, I do think 2023 will be a completely different conversation surrounding one of our favorite players to talk about.
Exceedingly popular play. We love his play, we love his citizenship as well. The golf day returns on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We continue to remember the life of Ruth Elder, trailblazer, in the game we love today.
At Ping, we're big on data. That's why we've partnered with Argos, Golf's #1 performance tracking system, to help you shoot lower scores. Visit us to see if you're eligible for a free set of Argos Caddy Smart Sensors. Ping and Argos, a smarter way to play your best.
Miro Plus from Flexscope is both an advanced golf simulator and a golf simulator at the same time. It's perfect for indoors, outdoors, rain, shine, putting, chipping, and Miro Plus features 5 courses, target games, and more right out of the box. Plus, it comes with 16 data parameters so that you can practice, play, and perform anywhere. It does it all. You a try? Are you serious? You're welcome.
Miro Plus, go to flexorevo.com to learn more.
To continue with my business and at the same time to be able to improve myself. I was like, okay, I'm on board.
On Coursera, you can earn a career advancing bachelor's degree online from a world-class university. Courses, studies, degrees, join for free at Coursera.org.
I'm on the move, always. So I needed solid money management to manage my faith. The M1 Finance app delivers the finest modern mechanisms to manage the mobility of my money, right here, for free. No matter if I want to invest, borrow, or spend, I maneuver with magnificent precision. Now my investments follow suit. With my money marching alongside me, I'm a mobile money mastermind. That's why I come along. Get up to $500 when you open and fund an M1 account.
Oops. Let's get this thing rolling. Try that on for size. Yeah. Level up in Forge of Empires. Play now for free at FOE.tv or download the app.
Introducing CBC Listen. If you like award-winning podcasts, live local radio,
Traffic and mistakes.
and news features, plus all kinds of great music. Here, wherever you are, you can hear CBC Radio, CBC Podcasts, and CBC Music playlists together for free in one easy-to-use app. It's love at first listen with CBC Listen.
This season, cozy up with CTV Throwback and hundreds of your favorite shows. We're talking fan favorites and beyond. And totally free. Get it all on CTV Throwback. Only on CTV.ca and the CTV app. It's CTV and so much more. Stream anytime.
My short program at the Olympics was terrible, honestly.
This is about redemption.
The real Nathan King just put up
with the Olympics?
The whole Olympic experience was very bittersweet. Just look forward, reshoot, you know.
This is a once-in-a-generation skater.
Golf today continues on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day as we remember his legacy and honor some of the names who paved the way to the game we love today.
One of those men, Lee Elder, won 4 times on the PGA Tour, was his fight against racism and bigotry that we remember. Far more than a grand champion of racial justice, a trailblazer at Augusta National. He became the first black man to participate in the Masters back in 1975.
Elder was honorary starter at the Masters for the first time in 2021. November, Elder passed away at the age of 87. But on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we continue to remember Elder's legacy to the game of golf. And that's a question I ask. Who was Lee Elder to golf in the 70s, and who is Lee Elder today to golf in 2022?
Yeah, I tell you, I got to spend some time with Lee the day he was honorary starter. Think back to what he meant in the 1970s. I asked him about that, and kind of the moments and the racism and bigotry that he faced. And it's neat to see this photo. It always makes me smile. You know, we lost him just a few months ago. But I tell you, Lee was someone who was viewed as a pioneer, but also someone who, when he won in 1974, couldn't accept his trophy out on the golf course because he was facing death threats. Had to accept his trophy in the clubhouse. 1975, when he was losing that Masters, had to rent 2 homes because he's afraid of the death threat and wants to shuttle back and forth to throw people off. So someone who's trying to go out and play golf at the highest level with heavy things on his mind. I know he leaned on others at that time period. You had Muhammad Ali and Arthur Ashe and Hank Aaron. It was a time of racial awakening. Civil rights was very much at the forefront of our discussion as a country. And I think as we look at today, his name will be remembered as someone who has helped kind of move the football down the field in terms of programs, you know, money. Look at Augusta National endowing scholarships and golf programs. At Payne College, a historically black college and university, think about the PGA Tour with $100 million, you know, earmarked over 10 years to help racial diversity and equity programs. The USGA, you think about, and we've had some folks from the First Tee program for months talk about the $20,000 grants going around the USGA and the First Tee. So I think that's where Lee Elder's legacy will be. The young people who are affected, the modern kids that maybe don't know a lot about golf but are trying to be introduced to the game, the programs that are helping to diversify this game.
We talk about like heroes in sports a lot. I mean, Lee Elder was a superhero. And I say that because you have to be a superhero to be able to go through everything they went through. And to look at golf as a kid and not be able to go play on those golf courses, and to continue to push through these barriers, and to be told you're not allowed in the clubhouse, and to continue to push through these barriers, and be told you can't play in a golf tournament, and you can't play here, and to continue to push. I mean, so many people would have given up.
Yeah.
I would have given up. People would give up in these instances when people keep telling you no. To be a superhero is to continue to say, I'm not willing to accept no. And Lee Elder was a guy that just continued to say, I'll find a way. I mean, he is and will forever be a true superhero of sport, of golf, and of life. For his ability to continue to say, no, I will not accept what you're telling me.
And that's the thing, when I spoke to him in April about that, he could have said no and stopped. And he said the reason I didn't stop and the reason I kept going was because I knew that there were people behind me. And he said, if I'm gonna stop because I'm uncomfortable, or because I'm scared, or because I have death threats, and because I can't accept the trophy because the folks have been calling the golf course saying I'm gonna kill this guy. He said if I stopped, then it wouldn't have been Tiger and Joe Franklin and Cameron Champ and the others who followed Mariah Stackhouse wouldn't have had the opportunity to play, or would have been harder for them to play. And it's interesting that you have to have the personality like Lee Elder who has that, not just the tough chin, but also the grace.
Yes.
And the dignity. So we ask a lot of these heroes to have that grace and dignity when there's probably a lot of times when they want to scream and shout and say, you know what, my pride was robbed of me, and I wasn't able to walk through the front door of the clubhouse or play the game that others could play. But he didn't waver, and he kept the strong chin. But he also kept his grace and dignity along the way, and that's not necessarily easy to do.
That was a quote from Lee Elder late in his life. He said he was talking to Hank Aaron about youth things. He was talking about sports, our particular sport, the involvement that we felt that we could help other young black people that were coming up behind us. And I certainly hope that the things that I have done have inspired a lot of young black players, and they will continue on with it. To your point, that's exactly what he was doing. It wasn't just for Leo. It was for so many people following Lee Elder. And again, I go back to it. This is a superstar. He will forever be a superstar. And he's a guy we talk about today, but he's a guy we should talk about weekly, monthly, and yearly, because he did so much for so many people in this sport and in this life.
And at the end of his life, I know he was able to kind of exhale, and he knows how important that his life and legacy are the game of golf. And it was also a full circle moment for him, for life full circle, when he was at Augusta as the Colorado Stars. And of course, he also received the Bobby Jones Award, the highest award given by the USGA for all he has gone through and all he did for the game. So it was a hard road for him. It was a long road for him. But at the end of his life, he was able to kind of look back and appreciate that his sacrifices were well worth it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, when you got a chance to chat with Lee at Augusta National, there was an appreciation for all, there was appreciation for the sport and what it was able to do in his life after kind of being in jail for so long.
He just said, I'm thankful. He said, I wish that everybody could feel the happiness that I'm feeling right now. That he could deliver within the hour after he stood up there with Jack Nicklaus and Jerry Slater. And he wished he had been able to, he even told me kind of quietly, I wish I had been able to swing the club. His health was already failing at that point. He was given an honorary doctorate from Payne College, which was very instrumental for him in 1975. That college also gave him food and also protection as well. But he was able to look back and say, I wish everybody on the planet could feel how happy I feel inside today.
Talking about images from 2021, we spent a lot of time talking about Phil Mickelson, the PGA, and the Decky at Augusta National. That image of Lee Elder on that first tee in 2021 will be one we remember for a long, long time.
Get goosebumps as we talk about it. Golf Today continues on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Day 2. Reflect, day to remember.
It's a nice truck. Yeah, Chevy Silverado. Check out this multi-flex tailgate.
Multi-flex, huh?
How's that?
That's fascinating.
That's not all. They extended that for longer stuff. That's right. And becomes a workspace. Look at that. He's sending an imaginary email.
Hey, Dad, dinner!
Hey, look who stopped by Daddy's office.
You work
The
here?
Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new flexibility, find new roads. Chevrolet.